My teaching is sort of inspired by yoga as an opportunity to understand what it is that each one of us is made of and finding our place by way of that in the web of life, finding a sense of integratedness. So that sort of branches off into a lot of different things. Creating the space to live and think and move and be free when our culture sort of guides us in the opposite direction. So stepping onto the mat as creating an opportunity to cultivate those experiences.
My particular philosophy and the philosophy I teach are very in line with each other, which is that the world is good. The whole universe is good, and there may be darkness, but from that darkness just reveals more of the good. And so my philosophy of yoga is using the practice and using all of life to find that recognition of our own self, the goodness inside that's being reflected back to us.
I think for me, yoga is that place where we find that inner grace from our heart, and we really connect to that inner grace and feel inspired to be the humans that we really want to be. That we start dropping away things like expectations and desires and really come into the truth of what matters. And I think for me, that's my philosophy on yoga. Seeing behind the curtain, if you will, looking behind the curtain, looking behind the veil, and seeing what's really there, and then living in the vibrance of that light and letting that shine out to really inspire you to be a fantastic human, not just because you do a pose, but because your heart really craves that.
We're putting ourselves through this intensified hour and a half of dedicated practice for a reason, and everything we are able to accomplish in that hour and a half, and the trust that we exercise and the faith in ourselves, that inevitably carries through into every moment of our lives.
Every lesson you learn, you can kind of think about it and what you're dealing with that day. If you're so stressed about one thing or another thing, or you're feeling kind of tight, you can just kind of take it off the mat every time.
It really fits well into a general sense of well-being and peace that I don't get from many other things.